evening, race fans. Welcome into the second to last race of the regular season here for the LSRL Sweet Greek Grill Xfinity Series. Race 9 and 15 takes us to Phoenix tonight here for 150 laps. A little bit under the weather, but my co-host is not, so we'll be just fine. Art, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great, although, kind of not happy to be in Phoenix. I'm just not a fan of the reconfiguration. I don't like the track.
Dogleg kind of goofy, but Phoenix is Phoenix. It has some short track characteristics, but speeds still get up 150 miles an hour, 160. So we'll see a combination of styles here tonight, hopefully. 2 laps qualifying for the 150 lap main event. Stage break tonight will be at lap 50. Fuel capacity 70% as always, giving these drivers an estimated fuel run 58 to 62 laps, so right around the 60th margin. No strategy for the first stage at least. They should all be able to comfortably make it. 4 sets of tires in the pits, 1 starter for 5 total, 0 fast repairs, and 2 green-white checkers if needed. And let's go ahead and get right into the on-track actions. Qualifying is underway.
I'm going to say one of the few redeeming qualities about this Phoenix is, like 4 wide across the line sometimes?
Yeah, restarts will be pretty incredible. And then it kind of gets spread out a little bit. Let's see. First lap looks like it'll be Eric Shields. Time to beat 29:36. Next man to cross the line. Landing Quisenberry. Zella, Randy Arms blasting into the 28-second bracket. Let's go on board with him for his second lap. Through what is now 3 and 4. We'll never get used to saying that, and it looks very loose, at least from the onboard shot. And talking to some of these drivers pre-race, they said it was loose again this week as well, and that's what we're seeing, at least through qualifying. And look at that. It looks like he ran the exact same lap time, 28.88. Tyler Justice, the man dominating so far this season. See what he can do. On board with him through 3 and 4. Let's see how loose he gets as he blasts towards the line. And it's deadly sideways loose as well.
Are we going to have a race here?
He still went at 28.7, and he was wrecking across the line. So maybe not. He's, it's going to be close, but take a look at how he finished his lap, and he was the only man in the 28.7s. Look at this. You can see the tire tracks already. Taps the wall, and goes half a tenth quicker.
The fact that time stood is actually impressive.
Yeah, the 0X didn't get him from tapping the wall. James Goodwin and Josh Mueller, the only other 2 on a lap, with just under 2 minutes remaining. First lap for Mueller, 29:30. Works through 3 and 4. Or that's 1 and 2. Yeah, see, I'm already all backwards. Now this is through 3
I don't know
and
what
4.
These turns are.
Yeah, this is 3. That's 4. Yeah, I'm all so backward and hopped up on Cole Menace in second lap for Mueller. 29:19. First lap for James Goodwin, a 29:13. And that thing is sideways coming out of turn number 2. And into turn number 3 for the final time. 11 machine. You can just blast off to the line, keep it straight. It might be a good lap. 29:28. So turn 2 killed his whole lap. And 12 drivers have elected to qualify. Casey Brown, Joseph Murata, Joseph McGill, Kyler Freesh electing not to.
Really down to 17 drivers.
It's a small field here, but it is a dedicated field. And obviously everyone here can have a looking towards the playoffs in mind. And with that, let's show you the championship standings as they came into tonight with. We're taking the top 10 plus 2 wild cards. Oh, God, there we go. It came back. Corey Blevins currently holds that spot. Don't believe he is here tonight, nor is Matthew Hill or Cade Ferguson. So Eric Shields is actually the man in line for a substantial bump up the order. Don't believe Tony Scarbo is here. Freesh and Mueller are, so that gives them some hope heading into next week's regular season finale. Let's see here. Is Ryan Tiller not? Yeah, Ryan Tiller's having wheel problems, so he's not here. Even Glenn Murphy Jr. not here tonight. We got a couple of absences this week. So Tyler Justice looking to lock up the regular season championship here tonight. Kyle Ritchie's here. Quisenberry is here. Goodwin's here. Mazzella. I still got a competitive field here tonight, but we'll start with picks to win here, Art, and I think I know who you're going to go for.
I've picked him all season long. Why would I divert now? Give me Tyler Justice on pole.
Fair enough. Go ahead and give me, if his well, this could be said for both of them. Which one do I want to lock in with? Joshua Lawton and Randy Arms have both had internet issues, and if they hold up tonight, I think one of them is going to victory lane, but which one is it? Give me Joshua Lawton. We'll go front row homer picks, front runner picks tonight.
Pretty solid pick. So I feel like, I saw Lawton race week 2. I picked him then because he was like, half a second or second faster in the field? I'm like, that's my guy all season long.
It's only one pace lap. The pace car pulls off out of 2.
Because this track is dumb.
And through 3 and 4, ready to get this race underway. Tyler Justice field in hand. And we are green here at Phoenix.
Look at Schwartz. He's already trying to take it on.
Oh, look, and it was very loose coming up. James Goodwin told me pre-race it was deathly loose on the transition. So we'll see if guys are willing to brave that, trying to cut the dog leg. There it is, Justice from Lawton from Randy Arms. Conclusion of the first lap. Tire saving will be very important, as it is very loose, so you'll burn off that right rear. And you can see there, no one really using that transition on the first lap. Trying to save some tires for the long run.
Now we'd have we might have some 2 wide here between Kyle Ritchie and Quisenberry. Quisenberry trying to go around on the outside.
75 and 76. And still no one really biting. Taking that dog leg. It looks like Quisenberry will prevail.
Top 3 are just walking away right now, by the way.
Not the most surprising thing in the world.
Thought Shorts would have a little bit of speed. Mr. Alternate Strategy. See Mazzella get loose there. Out of one of the corners. I'm going to say 4, because it's before the line.
Right.
It's just a wonky track. I don't know why they had to do it to this track.
Everyone looking pretty loose off of 2 there, at least that last time by. They're hanging on to it for now.
Also, is it considered a short track?
It's
only a mile.
But is it an intermediate, though? I'm not also, you know what I mean? Like, do you consider this an intermediate regular oval? I don't think so. It's kind of like the in-between almost.
I consider it a future parking lot.
Potentially.
Like, they could definitely build a great track here, just not this track.
Just not this one. Tyler Justice continues to lead by about a car length and a half. Car length over the 40 of Joshua Lawton. As we work lap number 7 here.
Quisenberry going around the outside of the other Ritchie brother.
It must be said Samuel Demian has joined late in progress. Had to update his iRacing. 3 laps, so really 3 and a quarter laps down. In danger of going 4 down, but he will get the...
Didn't he do that last week as well?
I believe. That's what happened, yes. But he's here now, and he'll get at least one of his laps back at the stage break. But battle for the lead still heating up. It was never really off.
It does look like you made the right pick there.
Well, we both did. They're even pulling away a little bit there from Randy, just a tad bit. We'll see how this keeps up. But the pressure is there in the early going. No one willing to give it up just yet, though. He's not going to roll over for Lawton. They are in the same voice channel. Just hanging out. Run 1-2 comfortably. They are 3 seconds ahead of 4th place. Comfortably among their own right now. Demian looks like he's having an issue to the inside. We'll back it up, and looks like he potentially just did this all on his own. He just pulled off and towed to pit road, so no issues there.
Randy looks like he's finding some speed.
Yeah, but he's really just been right at that half-second mark, really. Hasn't dropped off further than that.
He was about a second back, though. Like, so he's getting back up there. I think this is going to be a big stage for Randy. He's got to, figure out what these two are doing. Because, even half a second is still a pretty big gap.
Where's that half-a-second difference coming from? That's what he wants to know.
And see if he can make that adjustment when they actually get to the stage.
Right.
See where he can potentially save tire. Now we're having a gap open up between 4th and 5th. Mazzela pulling on shorts.
Here is the midfield battle tonight. A little bit lower car count, so the midfield battle is also the back half of the top 10.
The midfield battle is everyone not in the top 4.
That does seem how it's going tonight, but it happens to be like that sometimes, But Scarbo running strong. Kevin Ritchie in front of his brother, so there's some bragging rights there. This is where the closest racing is. Obviously, we'll wait and see how that tire fall-off comes into play. If guys are able to keep it on the blacktop in between the painted lines or not.
You already see the Ritchies going and looking for different, lanes.
Let's go on
I believe they just took
with
1 and 2 real high.
Let's go on board with Kyle Ritchie. And so no one is willing to use that, dog leg to cut it at all, try and make up some time. Absolutely nobody. And you saw there, even down what is, I guess, the front straightaway, incredibly loose for Kyle Ritchie, and a couple of guys loose here off of turn number 2. So it's looking pretty sketchy out there tonight, like it was last week at Atlanta.
And we're going to see our first use of the dog leg. It's going to be Kevin Ritchie.
Trying to make an impression. Battle with Tony Scarbo. Now Ritchie watching this all unfold right on his front windshield. '51, '59 side by side. Eating up as that is Quisenberry trying to make an aggressive move underneath the 51. He slides up. 51 of Kevin Ritchie going to try the crossover. Nearly contact made. Which way does Kyle Ritchie decide to go?
He is not helping out his brother, that's for sure.
And that brings Josh Mueller right into this battle. 4 cars under a blanket. As Scarbo starts to scoot away. Great racing here in the early going, inside the first 20 laps. Well, 51 way up into the fence. I don't actually think he hit it, but it was as close as you could possibly be. I do not think the speed is there. That's not going to stop him from trying.
I think we're finally seeing, tires get a little worse off.
Yeah, but that you could just tell that was just pushing the issue just a little bit, but he slid all the way up the hill.
Oh, and he's going again.
it's unconventional.
He was actually in the wall there.
It's unconventional, but if it works, right?
I don't think it works.
Well, he hasn't necessarily lost a ton of time. He's right there.
I'm not sure. I would say he's
trying to pass his brother back again.
I'm not sure. I'd say he's ripping the fence as much as he's trying to knock it down.
Knock it down, yeah, that's a good point. Mueller all out of shape behind them. Side by side between the brothers. Kevin Ritchie prevails. Back out front, it's half a second between Tyler Justice and Lawton. Randy about another second back. So Kevin Ritchie's actually now past Quisenberry, trying to bring his brother with him. This is battle on track right here. Just like that, though. Both the Ritchies get by Quisenberry. Put him back to 10th. Looks like Demien came out here, joined late, did his 5 laps, and called it a night. Casey Brown joined. Someone registers for him in case he gets back from baseball on time. Not here yet, but he only has to join and do 5 laps to beat out Demien.
Could you imagine if Demien just sits there and waits? And they just have a little battle going back and forth.
That would be pretty funny. 25 laps and do it next time by 15 cars, all running, all on the lead lap. Tyler Justice has led every lap since the drop of the green flag. What will be a tire conservation race for sure. Because we were at a 28.84, the best lap. Actually, Lawton 28.83 was his best lap time. Quickest lap in the entire race. His last lap was a 30.29, so the fall off very big here this evening. Will have a big effect on the outcome of this race. Short pitting will have a massive short-term gain, but a long-term loss. If you're Randy Arms, you can come in a couple laps early, jump those 2 liters, but you'll be feeling it at the end of the run.
And they have 5 sets of tires, so 1 on the car, 4 in the pits. You could potentially do something there.
Especially with the field being as long as you really only need 2 stops at most, so you could kind of burn a set of tires and not really think about it too much. Because the field the way it is, you get a random caution here or there after about 10-15 laps. Just both on a set of tires because you weren't scheduled to have that many pit stops here tonight anyways. So if you get another one, definitely think it's worth the gamble to take tires. We'll see how that plays out. Not going to get a caution unless it's a single car spin, which we've seen some cars out of shape, so not entirely unheard of, but it is pretty spread out right now. As the lead's grown to about 6/10, almost 7/10 of a second. And nobody has used the dog leg except for Kevin Ritchie that one time. Even when they're on the restarts, no one was trying to take advantage. That's how unstable it is. James Goodwin, Tony Scarbo's trying to run him down. That is for the 6th position. On board with the driver of the 59.
You're gonna wonder how this battle for 10th actually progresses. You're gonna have Mueller trying to fight his way in as Quisenberry looks like he's struggling with the car now.
I'm just surprised both the Richies took off the way that they did because they looked like they were using their stuff just a little bit. Especially Kevin was racing pretty hard up towards the wall a couple of times, but made a couple passes. He didn't really look back from that. The 3 cars battling here. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Mueller closing in on Quisenberry like you mentioned. Everybody else for about 2 seconds apart. We'll stick where the battles are here tonight. Tony Scarbo, the 59 machine. Real good. Qualified 7th, that's where he runs. He's closing in on 6th. An early candidate to pick up his 2nd top 10 of the season. Top 5 have broken away from 6 on back. 3 seconds from Goodwin to Schwartz. A 2nd to Mazzella. And then the top 3 kind of in their own postal code as well.
Top 2, really?
1 sec. Well, I mean, it's the 2nd to Lawton and then the 2.5 to Randy. So Randy's within, you got it, you can visibly see them quite easily.
That just makes it all worse as he's slowly dropping back. Just see him slowly get further and further.
He's not under any pressure whatsoever. Except maybe to keep up with the leaders, though. This thing just looks uncomfortable. Corner entry, middle of the corner making some adjustments, and then definitely corner exit when you're trying to put the power down. Having to make some micro adjustments to keep the car headed in the right direction. It will not look like a fun time on board. But here we go. This battle even closer now. Look at that. One on the bottom, one in the middle, one in the third groove. They are trying to find some grip. Get some clean air wherever they can. Scarbo held up just a little bit by Goodwin there. He's looking to the outside now. Trying to build a run off the corner. Goodwin has been a little loose off of 2 here tonight so far. Let's see if that presents an opportunity. The 51's taking a peek to the inside. It's all about really corner exit here. If you can build some momentum with how loose these cars have been, if you can get a good run off the corner, it'll set you up nicely through the dog leg and back straightaway. Other battles are starting to form as Kyle Ritchie starting to close in on this battle. Quisenberry hasn't lost touch with Mueller just quite yet. Kyler Frisch running down Eric Shields here as well. So a couple more battles forming in the last couple of laps.
I keep hearing someone, like, just tap the wall, but I can't find it, and I never catch it, but I hear it.
Ooh, and that 51
so someone's struggling
on corner exit was all over the back bumper. That 59 got him a little bit arrow loose. 51 couldn't pounce inside and take advantage, though. Well, that gives the 11 a little breathing room, and the 51 all the more eager to get by. As he is a bit quicker than Scarbo, at least on the last lap. Starting to kind of come back to each other a little bit. Look how loose this 42 is. Oh my goodness, hands were all the way to the right. That won't do the right rear any favors.
I don't understand why the car is that loose.
Back-to-back weeks. They've been on an ice skating rink. I knew the Xfinity car was, kind of put it back in the driver's hands. My goodness, this is something else.
Max, can you book on Kevin Ritchie? What in the world?
Why did that happen? Interesting. It's not supposed to be like that. We could fix it. I know why it did that, but I don't know why. I wonder why that would have... Interesting. Kevin Ritchie. Could be fixed. Give it a second update, and we'll go back. Kevin Ritchie. There it is.
We love our producers here at YJ Media. Even if it's just Max.
The backstory behind that one is hilarious. Like what it was supposed to be, which was literally nothing, and the way that we had to get it to show nothing is hilarious. The amount of work that went into just simply showing nothing.
It's like, I want you to show nothing. Well, I'm gonna show something.
It was very difficult to get it to show nothing. You wouldn't believe it. Glad it's back to where it's supposed to be. If this wasn't, lap 41, it was, oh, Kevin, hang on to it. But if Kevin Ritchie, you probably just tired of just seeing sticks in front of you. The 59 machine. By the way, it's a nice...
Can he do something about it?
Right. It's a nice paint scheme, by the way. The black-white alternating with the sticks. It's very nice. Yin and yang kind of vibe there. I actually really enjoy that.
Kevin really wants to get around him.
He is pushing. He also knows he got his brother coming up behind him, so he'll lose out on a position and bragging rights over your family member. Who, by the way, Kevin currently runs 8th. Kyle runs 9th. They have flipped positions. That was it. So Kevin passed Kyle. That was this flipping of positions. Kyle obviously started 8th, now down to 9th. Kevin 9th, back to 8th. We are approaching 15 laps to go in our one and only stage. The Joey Chestnut situation. Firstly, the man's a fraud, by the way. I'm going to give you the hot take no one wanted to here. The man's a fraud. If you're a competitive eater and you're supporting vegan hot dogs, your whole legacy's fraudulent. Okay, I don't care. You're eating hot dogs. I don't need none of this vegan crap. They can do as they want. That's their direct competitor. They don't, whatever. He's gonna win anyways. It's like, oh, he shows up, he wins. So actually add some suspense to the event now for once. Greatest competitive eater of all time, but a fraud for supporting vegan hot dogs.
Is he really the greatest?
I mean, in terms of...
Wasn't there the Asian dude who was like actually giving him a run for his money?
I mean,
who also retired because he wasn't hungry anymore?
Of course Corbin's trying to bet on it. Call the number. Call the number.
I swear.
Call the number. Excited to get good. Call the number. Anywho, now vegan, like, he's like, oh, he's supporting a rival. Okay, so they don't like that, and then it's like, oh, it's vegan hot dog. That's just gross. Like, do better.
Doing this and Kevin Ritchie under the apron trying to make this.
That's how desperate he got.
Yeah, I will say supporting. Like, I get wanting to support vegan hot dogs, but it's weird.
Now, just let me diet 40 after eating nothing but red meat. All right? Don't diet me. I'm gonna eat a steak tomorrow after hearing that news.
Although it is definitely rigged, because supposedly they are changing rules from how they've been in the past. He has never had a contract with either of the companies. And strictly because he has now signed a contract with, another competitive brand or competing brand, they don't want him.
Interesting.
Which is weird.
Yeah. I think Kevin Ritchie's tires finally gave out on him. He started to drop matches a bit. Scarbo got some breathing room, and James Goodwin definitely has some breathing room.
Like, honest question, of course we know who Joey Chestnut is, but would you really want to eat Joey Chestnut hot dogs? Like, if you see Joey Chestnut on the brand, are you going to be more inspired? I'm just going to get the Bar S hot dogs because they're 60 cents.
Well, that was like knowing that, like, his image is just, like, stuffing them down without even enjoying the flavor. Like, it's literally just stuffing you know what I mean?
Like, he doesn't enjoy those hot dogs.
Right. You don't get a second to enjoy it. He doesn't know what they taste like. His objective is to just shove his...
He dips them in water.
Right. Like, you're getting soggy buns, dude. Come on. Who cares? Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Wyatt Garrett, of course, wants the quote, chestnut winnies. Unsurprising take from Wyatt Garrett. Nah, but like, he's not gonna get 17th. See if Damien pipes up or not. We'll just get out, and here comes Kyle Ritchie. The inside of his brother. If he was pushing super hard, it might have cost him.
Joey has won every contest since 2007.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, if you're the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, you'd be like, hey, you're not even banned for. Oh, yellow is out. Oh, it's lap 50. That's right.
Stage.
I thought it was 60. That was pure run. Tyler Justice wins the stage.
Talking about hot dogs during stage.
Whoops. I was fully invested.
Yeah, I mean...
like, real quick, though, it's like, hey, you could say you're banned just because you're too good. You win every year, not just, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we need to save some for the others. That would have actually got more good publicity for everybody involved. All right, we're going to be right back. We're going to run some quick ads from the incredible partners of the LSRL Xfinity Series. Thank you to Wilder Graphics, Butt Kickers, Sim Racer Hub, Sweet Greek Grill, Cleaning Authority. All the incredible work they do for the LSRL series of leagues. As Casey Brown has now made it onto the track. This will be his first lap. He needs to complete 5 more to pass Samuel Demien. Demien obviously not here, so looks like a safe bet to do that. No lucky dogs, so 16 cars running, 15 on the lead lap, and Casey Brown a whole host of laps down. How do you train yourself to eat 76 hot dogs? And what's the time limit? Like, what's the, Corbin, go look it up. What's the time limit on this again? Because I can guarantee you whatever the time limit is, that is more hot dogs in that, like, it's a couple minutes. I know that. I just don't know the exact number. In whatever minutes than I probably had in the last 5 years.
Honestly, same.
Like, I've transitioned into hamburgers rather than hot dogs. Like, I'll get the occasional hot dog, but it's hamburgers for me.
Hot dogs are really good when you got, like, chili dog.
Right.
Do a good chili dog.
Like, a plain hot dog just kind of is not...
Like, unless, like, you're grilling, who has plain hot dogs?
Right. So it's 10 minutes, so that's what? 7.6 dogs a minute? That's just crazy. Right, but even though you're dousing it in water and whatnot, like, that's just insane. Like, how do you train and prepare for that? You know what I mean? Because everyone eats food. It's not like other, like, sports where anyone can play basketball and just be bad at it. Like, everyone eats food, but some people just do it at an healthy rate. Coming back here for the restart, though. Win early stage is done. At 56, the restart. Most likely green till the end, so this is going to be a very important restart. It's Tyler Justice that has it sorted. And we'll look in the back. 2x2. Only 3 wide here. I know Kevin Ritchie's up for it. He's trying to ride the fence again. Just loses out. Zella taking a peek to the inside of Schwartz. 2x2 here. Let's crank it up, why don't we, for the first time here tonight, live on YJ Media. They made it up to that crank it up segment fine. No jinx there. Love to see it. The thought of eating a light breakfast, like any food at all, before eating that many hot dogs in 10 minutes is just mind blowing.
I still don't understand. Like, as a very large dude who could eat a lot of food, I couldn't eat that much food.
Like, I was thinking of like something like translating it to something that I would eat, right? Like, I love hamburgers, right? Just a regular sized average hamburger. Most I've eaten in a dedicated sitting, like after being starving after work or what have you, is 4 over like, a nice 35, 40-minute span.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like full. I don't get it. Like, if they have a hamburger eating contest, like, how does that look? You eat burgers in 10 minutes? Like, I don't get it.
I want Corbin to know that, like, the threats that I have made towards him about the next time that I see him are not just threats.
They'll turn it into action. Because off the top of my head... go ahead, sorry.
I'm going to punch him in the throat.
Whoa! Twitch's going to take us down for that?
Not for punching.
Oh, they don't like violence.
They don't want to see me stick 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids.
Oh, boy. Because off the top of my head, though, and like back to this food thing, I know they have the hot dog eating contest, right, obviously. And they got pie eating contests. And the other thing that ESPN/SportsCenter posts for some reason is the lemonade chugging contest. The dude that always wins it is nicknamed Badlands, I think, or whatever. You see that post once a year.
I have never heard of that.
Oh, I see it on SportsCenter every year. $59.76 going out of here. Going, trying to get away from Kevin Ritchie. Biggest movers, Kyler Frisch +3. Casey Brown did complete the 5 laps needed to pass Demien. Yeah, Badlands chugged. It's like, it's either a liter or 2 liters of just lemonade. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And no matter what it is, though, right? Whether you're chugging lemonade or a pie or hot dogs, I'm sure there's many more. I just don't know about it. But, like, how does that feel hours later, right? Like, that just can't be decent, right? Under no circumstances is that, like, good for you. I don't care how much trading you do. It's just like, yo, there's 72 hot dogs. It's got to be trauma for your digestive system.
I'm sure Joey Chestnut has said it out there somewhere. Like, oh yeah, the day after an event, it's just awful.
It's just one of those things, though. It's like I don't even know. You know,
4 burgers is a week.
I don't see how that is, to be honest with you. And not that I take her opinion seriously to begin with, but like that's a good meal right there.
Like, 4 anything is fine. 4 hot dogs is fine.
Right, like 4 regular hamburgers, that'll fill you up. But pretty much we're holding service at the front. The only change since the restart, Schwartz has gotten by Mazzella. Kevin Ritchie has gained 2 spots. Tony Scarbo has lost 2 spots. Other than that, the top 7 was as they were for the first stage. Will only be 1 pit stop remaining. They did 50 laps comfortably, So we get to, well, actually, I'm trying to think here. I don't think it will be.
Kevin Ritchie almost into the back of James Goodwin. Corner entry that time.
It will actually not be almost top. I miscalculated. I forgot to fill in for a second. There'll be 2 stops remaining, regardless of if a caution comes out now or later.
Did you say 60 laps?
Yeah, so they pitted at 50. Everyone came in at 52. They'll get to 115, 120. And then we got, wait a minute. Or it is what I'm Nicole Benison's doing wonders in my head right now.
You're a beauty.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, oh, they pit now, and they can't be right about that. No, they got one more stop. They get to 115, 120. 30 lap sprint to the finish. Man. At least you can kind of tell, though, because I sound like it. It's like, oh, he's sick, and he's just, no, like, you can tell. I'm on one right now. But we're still delivering the great content week in and week out. These drivers this league deserves. And they put on a good show, caution-free. So far, and here we go, battle for 4th. Mazzella trying to take back that spot where he started. He can just get back to the throttle a tad bit earlier. Now he's going to take a peek to the inside. Schwartz, I think, is just going to give it to him. Well, he gave him the inside, but not going to give him the position. Gonna try and keep him pinched down on the bottom and make that very uncomfortable for that 41, and he'll have to drop back in line. Gap at the front between your top 2. They're in the voice channel. One Up Motorsports. You know they got to be having a good time. Lawton obviously running a part-time schedule. He's been quick every time he's shown up, but hasn't got the finishes he's deserved. Last week, dropping after his circuit his breaker flipped while leading the race in the second half. So you never know how that one was going to end up, but he's running second here.
I've got to say, whatever adjustments Randy might have made after that stop, it's not look like they're helping him.
1.7 seconds back.
That's in 20-ish laps, too.
I feel like he was a little bit closer 20 laps into the start of the race, but 2.6 seconds ahead of Mazzella, so comfortably on the podium, as Mazzella did clear Schwartz. Back into 4th. Kevin Ritchie continues to apply maximum pressure to the 11 James Goodwin. It's just crazy how no one was using the dog leg tonight, even on the restarts. But it's that
not really much use for it.
Yeah, it's that unsettling. It makes it completely not worth it for these drivers.
Like if we had more, like obviously more drivers, more, need for the space, I could see it being used, but unless there's desperation heave, like we saw out of Kevin Ritchie.
He's looking high, low, and everywhere in between, trying to find a way around. Gonna take a peek here to the inside. Is he finally alongside? He is to the inside of the 11. But still not able to get clear quite yet. Kyle Ritchie right there if something happens. Scareboat trying to hold off Quisenberry just behind that. further back. All these guys kind of closing in together as well. .80 laps complete. Now 81. As the gap, 3.5 car lengths between your top two. We are past the halfway mark. And Lawton closing in a little bit here on this lap. Half a tenth quicker.
Need him to go ahead and get his teammate.
Yeah, if we got Scarbo in, so it looks like he's going to make this his final pit stop of the night. Got Eric Shields coming in with them. Clearly, they're getting better mileage than what I was told if they're going to take this gamble. Probably like 65-ish. Yeah, about 65-ish, 70 now, really. It's also due to the long run fall off a little bit. More tires and fuel for Scarbo. More tires and fuel for Eric Shields. And Randy Arms is in. So he said, what the heck, I'm stuck in third all by myself. I'll short pit, probably lead some laps, and then get past at the end and still probably end up third. But trying something different. He's comfortably in the playoffs. Got 2 wins, second in points. Might as well try something different. I don't blame him one bit for doing this. He's usually the guy that tries to experiment with shortcuts, so I feel like this one's pretty drastic. Putting only 30 laps into a run, and you might be thinking of going to the end, but... Or do you do 30-30? You even try a two-stalker? I don't know. We'll see.
I think you potentially try it at worst. I mean, you're getting 15th.
Oh, it's Scarbo on the warm-up lap, and that's going to kind of kill that strategy. And he just drove it in so hard with the fresh confidence of new tires. He slid it down to the inside. You could tell he was just trying to save it and keep it going, so he didn't really apply the brakes. And that'll kill those tires on the warm-up. Joseph Murata is in. We'll see what Randy's first lap will look like, obviously, after the pit stop. And it will be blazing quick compared to everybody else. Murata 4 tires down and away. And look, they're like standing still compared to Randy. Kevin Ritchie is in, trying to undercut his brother. Randy going to come flying around. Last lap for the leader, a 30.12. Randy this lap, a 28.74. Quickest lap of anybody. First man into the 28.7s. And he was about 2-ish seconds behind the leaders, so he will be comfortably ahead when they finally decide to pull the trigger. Kevin Ritchie. 4 tires down and away. We'll see who blinks first. And here comes Randy to oh, that's Joseph Murata, excuse me. Come on lap himself. On the fresh tires, running just outside the top 10, but fresh tires feel like you're on top of the world.
Still a little bit of a struggle to get around leaders, though.
We'll go to the top side, power down, early on the throttle.
But like I was saying earlier about Randy, I would definitely try the 2-stopper here. Because again, like, at worst, you're 15th. Like, it's not great for a championship hunt, but points, I believe, get reset anyway.
Right, they do.
So, like,
Josh Mueller's in, and I don't even think he'd be 15th with the pace that he has.
I'm saying at worst.
Yeah.
Like,
Casey Brown's 50 laps behind. So Josh Mueller is in. 26 machines, so everyone's just kind of doing their own thing here. Comfortably in the fuel window now. Randy back into the top 10. On 85, 30 plus lap pressure tires, and everybody in front of him. Curious on how this plays out. It's about 55-ish seconds on pit road. You know, that includes, coming in, pit stop time, and then pit exit. If the leaders, the guys that haven't pitted yet, they're going to come in and do a one stop. Does Randy just pit? I'm just trying to see. 10 laps after them, maybe. Have that tire difference and then try and run them back down because he pit from the lead. And he, I don't know, would be as far back. I'm just trying to see how the 2-stop could work for him. But up into 10th, I mean, he's naturally running everybody down. Seconds quicker a lap. Over a second quicker than the race leaders per lap. And here he comes to unlap himself the hard way. James Goodwin is in. That's from 6th. Randy around Lawton. That'll kind of hinder him up just a tad bit. He'll set his sights on Tyler Justice. This will be the first time he's passed. Oh, Murata just got him a couple laps ago, actually. So this is the second time he's been passed. All night, and neither of them are for position.
God, I wonder if that puts any, thoughts in your mind. It's like, hey, you're getting passed. That guy was, your biggest challenger. And now he's going on around you. Do you start, questioning, when do I come into pit? Should be here in a couple laps.
Yeah, gotta be soon. You're nearly at the full fuel run anyways. Lawton now trying to close in some of that ground he lost. McGill's down and away. Randy's on the lead lap in 7th, 28 seconds behind the leaders he just passed. Out there just for a second. Scarabo, I know he had that issue on the warm-up. He's still trying.
I want to say our closest battle is between him and Eric Shields, but it was Scarabo's issue there.
Yeah, Mueller's closing in on Shields. I think Scarabo will be dropping back just a tad bit. I'm very curious to see when the leaders pit. Now, there's 50 laps to go. And the top 6 have yet to pit. go about another probably 52 or another 10, 15 laps probably if they wanted to. Definitely the tires would hold up. But Randy's advantage is starting to fade a little bit. His last lap at 29.85. Tyler Justice of 30.41, so Randy's starting to even back out with them. Still gaining every lap on the top 6. Second quicker than Quisenberry. So on and so forth. There's a little bit of a mess right here with guys on different tires and whatnot. I said Skidderman might not be able to challenge, but he's right up to the back bumper of Eric Shields there. Quisenberry just Lawton's in before his teammate. All right.
Quisenberry got loose in front of them, but yeah.
Here we go. We'll see if that prompts an instant response next lap for Tyler Justice. So, by the way, he was 8 seconds over Mazzella. So those top 2 are just completely in a world of their own. Justice is coming in immediately. Never mind. No, he's not. Lawton down and away. Or just now getting into his box. Mazzella comes in. Randy will be comfortably ahead of Lawton. Tires and fuel. And he will try to have a really, really good outlap. See if he can jump Justice. And here he comes. Just don't speed. Looked like a pretty solid entrance. Randy will comfortably take the lead. We'll look for the gap to Lawton, who spent 54.82 seconds on pit road. And we'll count down Tyler Justice as Randy is closing in as well. Justice will have that number 1 pit stall. Short stays out to take the lead lap. First man that has led other than Tyler Justice tonight. And there goes Randy.
If this works, it might be the greatest strategy call of all time.
And there goes Joshua Lawton. Comfortably clear. By 2.5 seconds with a 2-lap difference on tires. And Randy ahead of Lawton by 10 seconds, 12 over Tyler Justice with 44 laps to go. Kevin Ritchie was also able to leapfrog those two by short pitting. Randy by Quisenberry. Shorts yet to pit. Your second leader of the night. As he is hoping for a caution. Mazzella will unlap himself here shortly, but here's the problem for Kevin Ritchie and Randy Arms. 29.8. Or 29.7 for Lawton. Kevin Ritchie a 30.1. Randy a 30.1 as well. So now the shoe is on the other foot. Tyler Justice even quicker, a 28.57. So he is charging with a purpose. And I'll be curious. Lawton was probably at most 7/10 away from him the entire run. So now that they flip-flopped, can Tyler Justice clear him? Especially when he's got a little bit of traffic in front. And they are side by side, too. That's not what he wants to see. So 3 wide here on the exit of 2. As Quisenberry hits. Shorts finally gives it up. It'll be fast at the very end of this race. Everyone going to unlap themselves now.
There's not a huge difference in time or lap times between Randy Arms and Joshua Lawton.
It's a second.
At least getting through traffic.
It was a second.
I read it wrong. I thought it was a 9.
It was a 28.9. to a 30 flat, so it's over a second a lap. He'll be here in 4 laps.
I was really like, dang, he is keeping his distance. I was like, no, he's not.
And Justice, 2/10 quicker than Lawton last lap, although there's still a little bit more traffic in the mix, differing tire strategies and whatnot, what have you. If he can clear them before he gets to turn 3, that would be big, but not going to happen. He'll be held up just a tiny bit by McGill. Randy obviously just going to run it as hard as he can to the end. 3.5 seconds. 9/10 a lap slower, so we'll be here very soon. Casey Brown is in for his first pit stop of the night. He's run his 60 laps since he started. Goodwin trying to chase after Mazzella for a top 5. Order tires to do it, though. Shorts chasing after Mueller. He just came in a couple laps ago. He'll have the fresher tires. He'll pull down to the inside to be an easy pass here for 8th. Wisenberry just got around the 42 of Friesch. No penalties to report of under that round of green flag pit stops, which has concluded with Casey Brown leaving pit road. Tyler Justice now has the gap down to 1 second. As we are approaching 35 laps to go. And he can see Randy Arms just ahead of him. So Kevin Ritchie is in. Is he doing the... He is doing the 2-stop. How about that?
So we'll at least get an idea of that.
We're going to see how it works. Yep, alright. He is officially doing the 2-stopper.
See if he can get himself back in the top 10.
We're looking for a top 5 with the tire difference, but we'll see. It'll put him down to... all the way down into 15th, like you mentioned. And nobody else is going to pit. Mueller's doing it too, actually. As I said, scare. Okay, never mind.
Here comes Randy
doing it. All right, never mind. So we got a 2-stop versus a 1-stop on our hands. So that gives the lead back to Lawton. Tyler Justice 0.6 of a second back. Inside of 35 laps to go, approaching 30.
Okay, so a big thing this might do is if enough people commit to this this strategy, it will create traffic on track that is faster than leaders. Yeah,
they're gonna have to unlap themselves, and we'll see.
Like they will potentially be actually racing the leaders. Might slow them down.
Yeah, we'll see. And Randy can take that little bit of a risk because he was further up the order. He only falls back to the 8th. And he's got 7th directly in front of him on older tires. So we'll see what he's got here. It's worth a gamble. Why the heck not? 32 seconds behind your race leader. That's the issue, though. They waited so long, the margin won't be as big. You know, the advantage per lap, because they only have 13 lap older tires, so it won't be that second a lap that he needs necessarily. But we'll see. As Justice has it down to half a second. Randy Arms easily dispatching of Eric Shields. Mueller chasing after Scareboat. Randy trying to get through. He's got Kyle Ritchie 13 seconds up the road. He was a comfortable 3rd place car. That's 21 seconds up to Mazzella. We'll see if it cost him a little bit. Tyler Justice now has
Ooh, Randy. They're being and banging.
Randy's trying. Well, he's got to run a qualifying lap every single lap to make this work. So he's not really going to be held up. Or
there's Mueller using the dog leg there.
Ooh, man, that was close. It was like an odd angle.
Randy getting no help from these drivers.
Schwartz. Pass Goodwin. Fresher tires than Mazzella, so we'll see if we have a battle for the podium. As Justice has now caught Lawton 2.5 car lengths. Inside of 30 to go. We'll see if he can pass him now. That's the, catching him's one thing, passing him's another. That's what they always say. So now that he's right in the dirty air, right in the tire tracks, let's see what he's got. As they race hard just behind him, and Rick Shields is coming in for a second stop. Randy's coming to unlap himself, by the way. Right behind this battle. As Justice is all over the back bumper. I was going to say Lawton got close a couple of times. 2 car lengths and a half, but could never get closer than that. Mueller into the wall. Tyler Justice making it look easy. As Mueller on the fresh tires is also going to unlap himself. So things are about to get very hairy here for your race leaders. If only this was a battle for the lead for 4 cars. Try not to get run over if you're the 6 or the 40. As Mueller is way out of the lead. And that's that. Look how much that's hampered the 6. 2 car lengths it cost him. And that's not even with Randy trying to get to his inside. So this is, like you mentioned, guys trying to pass the leaders.
Ooh, Randy blinked out right man. Tyler Justice.
Justice
they're battling.
Yeah, Justice said, "Don't. What are you doing?" But they're on a different strategy. It's nearly contact off the corner. They have every right to pass them if they're faster. And here comes Scarbo as well. So it's a different strategy. The leaders have to put up with it. It's honestly in Tyler Justice's best interest to let them go and then let them go bother Lawton.
Just like, leave me alone, go bother that guy.
Right, seriously. You just follow them through. Honestly, just stick on their tail, let them get Lawton out of shape for you. And then you could hopefully follow him through, but what a twist with 24 laps to go. As Mueller is just sending it to the inside of Tyler Justice there. That cost him another 10th and a half there. The gap's now 7 tenths. And if you're Tyler Justice, you don't want to fight this or Joshua Lawton. You're saying, hey, I see him getting held up. If I can... It's so weird, right? You see it all the time in real life. It's like, oh, they're going to catch the lap cars at a bad spot and they're going to lose time. This is being caught at a bad time that's hurting them. So if you can somehow let Mueller through quickly, it's a huge net benefit for you. I think he won't have any issues. Well, I think he got too high. Oh, into the wall. You don't want him to get underneath you, especially in 3 and 4 here. They're committed to the bottom. And Mueller being very aggressive, taking the dog leg. Still not quite there. It's not out of the woods yet for Justice. He's got Scarbo on the same strategy as Randy and Mueller. That 26 is starting to pest through the 40. And Justice is catching up, and now the 26 is clear. If you're now Joshua Lawton, you better say, okay, you finally passed me. You better get on down the road. So you got now 4/10 of a second. Overall, it ends up being about a 2 car length, 3 car length advantage as everybody's loose off of 2. Justice trying to close back in. 20 laps to go when they cross the stripe. How does Scarbo affect this? Bueller's racing for position. Curious to see how he plays this out. The closest battle on track is for the race lead. Gap now down to 3 car lengths.
Taking a look behind, I don't know if, I mean, Kevin Ritchie's a little faster, but he's not closing in. Murata's a little faster, but he's not closing in. Shields might. But I think the only traffic the leaders might have to deal with, at least trying to go around them, will be Scarbo.
I don't think Randy's 2 stop's going to work. Gap, 4/10 of a second. I believe this is, let's double check my math here. I think it's Lawton's 4th start of the season. Fourth start. He's ran well in the previous 3. Leading in Atlanta when his internet cut out, his power cut out, obviously killed the internet. And yeah, so that 20th place average finish through 3 races, not at all representative of his true pace as he's shown you here tonight. He is just hoping these next 17 laps click off as quick as humanly possible.
You know, at times like these, I'm sure the top 2 enjoy having each other as teammates. Because I know for a fact, and we've always talked about it, if it was us out there, we would wreck each other for the win.
Oh, yeah, you're getting sent 6 rows deep. Like, I'm getting to the back bumper. If I don't pass you cleanly the first time, you block. The second time, it's you know, you're getting 6 rows deep.
I would use the entire dog leg just to come up and take you out.
He's closing another car length from 3 to 2. It's, you know, you don't want to speak too early because it's 15 laps with the margin this close, but it almost looks like he's kind of getting stuck in the same problem that Lawton had right at that 2 car length gap. He just kind of gets stalled out just a tad bit because these guys have had such a similar pace all night. But yeah, they're in the same voice channel. They're probably sitting here like, oh, you know, I don't know what you talked about in this situation because you're going for the win. One's part-timer, one's trying to win a regular season championship, so it's differing opinions on it. But we're probably having a good time. But hey, it's, I'm coming to get you. No, you're not. Let's see. But
She's like, if you try and pass me, I'm going to wreck you.
Yeah, they're like, don't try it. 14 laps to go. Gap still 2 car lengths, 2.5. Lawton has to be perfect. Or you look at it from Lawton's point of view, I have nothing to lose. I have no pressure on me whatsoever, right? I'm part-time. There's no championship for me this season. Just running laps. Six, and he's trying to find a different line, so he knows he's going to have to pass him the hard way. He's not going to, that 40's not going to get him the third line. You have to try something a little different, or just move him out of the way. Oh, that 40 got tight. Ooh. Washed up the hill. You saw that he missed the bottom. He gave him a whole lane and closed right up and was taking a peek. That actually might have compromised the exit there for the 6 as he gained it down the back straightaway, or the front stretch. That was his best chance yet. Coming to 11 laps to go. Still 2 car lengths.
There's a little tail tap of the wall there from the 6.
And you can just tell, though, even on that lap, it is just maybe not even a whole half a lane, maybe a quarter of a lane. That 40 on 2-lap older tires. We'll show you the pit strategy. Hopefully it shows up. 103 for Lawton. 105 for Tyler Justice. And how big are those 2 laps? Down the stretch in the final 10. We're about to find out. Literally no other battles to speak of on track. The results you see on the top of your ticker are pretty much set in stone, are all decided unless somebody blinks out or, power goes out. We're just trying to figure out who wins this sucker. That's pretty convenient. We focus on the leaders and they're battling for the race win. Oh, but a little bobble there for Tyler Justice trying to find a new line. He loses a car length, or maybe a car length and a half even. Gotta get it back with 9 laps to go, so you need a lap just to get back to where you were. And you don't have a lot left. Now you can tell he's searching for grip.
He's out there hunting.
Trying the high line on exit, trying to get a run on the back straightaway. That's when you know someone is exhausted. All the option is just sitting and riding behind somebody, so they have to do something else. So it's throw everything at throw everything, including the kitchen sink time. Oh, he's into the wall there. Might have helped him a little bit, probably. If he would have just woed up and not hit the wall. That's really what the 40 needs to see in his rear view. Yeah, in that situation, it's better to just drive out of it, bounce off the wall, and keep going than trying to lift and not.
Is he able to stay off the wall this time?
4 car lengths, so he is losing little by little. And that's with 2-lap fresher tires, so how much did that traffic hurt him? And as I say that, Josh Mueller on the fresher tires, which no other battles. 26 looking very likely to pass the 42 here in the closing 7 laps. And Quisenberry being caught by Kevin Ritchie on the fresher tires, so my foot in my mouth there a little bit.
Tyler Justice going all the way out to that wall.
And I don't think he's got anything left. I think trying to battle that traffic and then, obviously the 2 seconds.
Although they are catching traffic, by the way.
They are.
They catching that 42.
Ooh, with 5 laps to go. He just got passed by Mueller, who will pull away on fresh tires. So I wonder if the 42 will just get out of the way. I was about to say, I think one-on-one straight up, they don't have... That 6 doesn't have anything left, unless that 40 has a bobble. And as I say that, he's back to 2 car lengths.
He's been consistently faster.
Right. He's right back in it. I really shouldn't say anything anymore.
Oh, the 42.
Oh, he's going to take that line away. If you're the 40, you are screaming to get out of the way.
Oh, 6 Tyler Justice into the wall.
So
I think that's it.
They clear a traffic. Still 2.5 car lengths. Now 3. 3 laps to go, and I don't think he was able to clear properly. It's going to mess up his entry. Into the wall again. Yeah, half a second. I think you can call it now. I don't think he's going to catch Mueller. It's coming to 2 laps to go. Kyle Ritchie has caught James Goodwin. This is about from the top 5. Goodwin going to block just a little bit on these older tires. Kevin Ritchie has caught Quisenberry on newer tires all the way down below the dog leg. A couple of late passes. Goodwin still trying to hold off. Kevin Ritchie did clear. Kyle not able to clear though. And here we go through 3 and 4. Get the white flag. The race will be official, and they do. White flag in the air. A little bit of a bobble from the 40. Back end just wanted to step out. But he is okay for now. 6 will just drive it in as deep as he humanly can and hope it sticks. Got one more shot at it. Into turn number 3, but it should be comfortable for Lawton.
I think his only chance would be pulling a Ross Chastain.
But through 3 and 4, new time winner Joshua Lawton, best his teammate here at Phoenix, and he'll get the win here tonight. Thrilling conclusion. Mazzella will come home third, Schwartz fourth. And here
Might
we
have
go.
a little action
We
here
got
with
the
Kyle
battle
Ritchie.
for fifth. He's all over him, but he gets loose out of turn number 2. And Goodwin, a hard-fought fifth. Randy
I
Arms
can't wait.
will come home. Last car on the lead lap in 7th. We'll go ahead and we'll watch these burnouts. We'll do the 1-2 interview. They're both in there. We'll just go down. And we'll let them say their piece. It's got to feel good for Lawton, though. Solid burnout for him. Justice and Mazzella wind up on the podium as well.
Do you want to do them at the same time?
Yeah.
Because Justice has moved.
We'll do it together. Let's see. Can we move him out of there? I can't move him, apparently. Oh, all right. Well, let's go. Here with your 1-2, Joshua Lawton and Tyler Justice. They're in the same voice chat tonight, so we'll do the 1-2 interviews all at once. But you guys were 1 and 2 the whole night, flip-flopped. Oh, where'd Lawton go? No. All right. What the heck? Making it difficult. Pull him in here. I can't pull him in here. How about that? Fine, I'll go up to him. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. All right. Here with Joshua Lawton. It wouldn't let me pull you back into the voice channel, but congratulations on the win here tonight. You were trailing Tyler Justice for much of the first half of this race, and then it was that pit stop on lap 103, able to flip the running order and get you out back ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we made that happen. Tyler was fast all night, and I was just trying to keep pace with him, and it felt like the longer we ran, I would lose my roll speed in the center, and he could just carry it off. And then I knew my only hope was to short pit him by a lap or two, and get some clean air and see how the car drove. And it was actually a totally different car. And then got a little help from the cars on the other pit strategy, holding him up a little bit, and we were just lucky enough to hold him off there.
Yeah, it's got to feel good too. I know you've only did a part-time schedule this season. I've been fast in all the races, just didn't have the luck to go with it. But obviously tonight, pitch strategy was on your side. Power stayed on, and able to pick up the first win of the season.
Yeah, it feels good, man, to finally pick up a win. I feel like we've had cars capable of winning, just circumstances haven't allowed that, and glad we were able to do it tonight.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
I just want to thank all the guys at Lightspeed Racing League for putting on the league and allowing us to run it. It's fun running with Tyler, buddy of mine, so it's cool to run with somebody that and I think we had the 2 dominant cars, so that was pretty fun to run that close to him and that hard and that long, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Never really more than 0.8 of a second away from him, I think, all night, except for pit stops. So hard fought for sure. Tyler, will go right into you. Qualified on pole here. Led the first, I don't know, like 104 laps, I believe, whenever you decide to come in and pit. Obviously won the stage. But you and Lawton so similar on pace. Once he undercut you by 2 laps, that kind of it. Couldn't do anything in the dirty air right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, the dirty air definitely was a factor tonight. I mean, you could see when I was out front and we get to the late stages of the run where the car started to handle poorly, I could kind of pull away just because he was in my dirty air, and then vice versa there. But I felt like after the stage, I positioned myself pretty well. Was able to get a decent gap right before we pitted there. I knew he was going to probably pit before me, and I didn't want to run too long, so I went 2 extra laps to have two laps fresher to catch up. But those fresher tires, your advantage goes away within the first 15, 20 laps anyway. So I ran super hard to get up there to him and felt like I didn't use anything up really, and was about to start battling in there, and then just had a couple lap cars that decided they wanted to race us. And with the way the setup was tonight, it was super tight on entry and super loose off, so you had to use all the racetrack to make the lap time work. And if you had someone on your door, it just shaved tenths off your lap time, or put tenths on your lap time and slowed me way down. But once those first two got by, I was able to pull my way back up there, kind of using the high line and 1 and 2, and kind of diamonding it back down, not using a whole lot of wheel coming off exit. And I was able to get back up to his bumper, and then of course timing works out perfectly. Another guy on fresher tires wants to throw it in there on my outside and race me off the corner, and just lost a few more car lengths there. And then by that time the race was over. I couldn't get back to him. So I wish we could have had a clean run of the finish, because I felt like we would have been side by side there for the last 10 or 15 laps or more, and it just would have seen who could have cleared each other. But Josh did a great job tonight. That was fun battling him there, and it's making me sweat. I mean, I was super hyper focused, and the setup was actually really fun, even though it was kind of wonky. Like, it was super fun to drive. That was a blast. So glad to have some off throttle time, and you actually get to see who can wheel the car, and those drivers start to rise to the top. So fun race overall tonight. Now 1-2 for us, and we'll go on to next week and try to get them again.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Let you get any shout outs if you have any.
Yeah, shout out to everybody at Legacy Esports. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to everybody in the league, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
Really appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you back here next week.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep. Here with your third place finisher tonight, Jonathan Mazzella started fourth, finished third. Not a bad night at the office for you, and just kind of running your own race here tonight. A quiet, comfortable third.
What? I'm on TV again?
Yes, you are.
What's up, guys? Yeah, that race was typical Phoenix. Everybody got strung out. It was kind of riding around by yourself the whole time. So yeah, it was hard to stay paying attention and not make a mistake towards the end there. I started getting all tired-eyed, but I'm kind of glad that was over. Move on to the next week.
Yeah, gotta take the podiums when you can get them, and if you don't have to work too hard for it, why not, right? Any thought on the two versus the one-stop strategy in the second stage there? Any thought to it at all?
I mean, if you want my honest opinion, it was people not wanting to ride around and try something. I mean, that's it was so kind of I'm sure it was boring for y'all to watch. So they were just trying to make some magic happen, and I don't think it was gonna work, so I didn't try it.
Interesting. Well, appreciate the insight. Y'all never wreck, so you gotta try something.
Yeah,
but,
if I could have got close to somebody, I'd give them a bumper.
Wake them up. But yeah, solid finish. End out the regular season next week at Michigan, and then we're into the playoffs.
Michigan should be a lot better. I can't wait. So
Absolutely.
See y'all next week.
All right, looking forward to it.
You take care.
Yep.
No, I mean,
Hello.
hello.
Here with Landon Quisenberry, Joseph Murata. Thoughts on fully green Phoenix race?
It was very dusty.
Such is the desert, I suppose.
Yeah. Phoenix is Phoenix. It's you try to hold on to it for the entire run, and when you're on new tires for about 4.5 laps, they feel great, and then after that, it's just trying not to wreck. So it is what it is.
Definitely. Landon, any thoughts? Oh, sorry.
Landon had a heck of a save after I ran on the back of him. So
Oh, jeez.
if you go back to lap 105, you can see Landon drift through 3 and 4.
Well, now I do want to go see that. Let's see.
Yeah, 106 through going into 3 had me looking like SVG
106 going into 3. Let's take a look then while we got you. 106. Oddly enough, 5 laps later, you set your fastest lap. So there you go.
Need a little motivation.
I changed the arrow on his package, though.
Let's see here.
I had to pull it up myself. Let's see it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good save. That's even seeing that, and then 5 laps later knowing the best lap. So that's very good.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you need a kick in the pants to get going. I don't know. These cars since Atlanta, from Atlanta to now, they just are a different beast.
I don't remember them being this loose. Yeah, I'm about to say that's something I haven't seen in a while.
That's what I'm saying. People, when I'm saying like different beasts, I'm talking like way different. I'm not talking. I said earlier, rabbits and jackalopes. Like they're way different. So I was just hanging on, and I let everyone kind of that ran faster than me. I feel like I got better than what I should have because a lot of guys kind of checkmated themselves doing that 2-pit strategy. So I feel really smart about getting some spots due to that. And then I literally had to pee like the whole last 100 laps. So I'm just glad I didn't lose it when I got bumped in 3. And then, yeah, just one of them races. I don't really have much else to say. I can't think of anything because my brain is just fried from trying to hang on to the car for 150 laps.
Absolutely, but save of the night for sure, and picking up your 5th top 10, so can't be too upset with how the end result ended up. So looking forward to seeing you next week in Michigan.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get right rear this time. I'm usually fast there. So
absolutely, we'll appreciate the time, fellas. We'll see you next week in Michigan.
Alrighty.
Taking the video.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on TV again.
Yeah, getting all the airtime. Here with the rest of the Speed Zone conglomerate, Randy Arms and Casey Brown, as well as Jonathan Shorts. Shorts, we'll start with you, P4 here tonight.
Yeah, it was a solid night. Just slipping and sliding. I couldn't get the rear tires to hook up, but seemed that was a common problem today. So 4th is good, and I'll take that on to Michigan.
Absolutely, 5th top 5 of the season. Can't be too terribly upset. Randy, you were one of the, I guess, a couple guys. Wasn't just you. Tried the 2-stop strategy in the second stage. What was the thought process behind that?
I didn't want to run 3rd the whole race, so I figured I'd try something different. Obviously, didn't play out in the end, but yeah, just pretty much. I think I'm pretty much locked into the chase, whatever. So figured I would just try something to somehow squeak out some more wins, get some more bonus points. So
yeah, I can respect that. I mean, you went from 3rd to 7th, so you lose 4 spots, but it's like, well, I'm comfortably you were 2nd in points coming into the night, so definitely good. So yeah, you can respect the effort, trying something different.
Yeah, felt like I was kind of equal for 75% of the run with those guys up front. They could put a couple seconds on me at the start, and then we would kind of equal out. I think I could have stayed with them at the end of the run after the stage. I kind of burnt my stuff up there early on in the race, just trying some stuff, but I don't think I could have got in front of them. So I was like, well, we'll try something, off the wall here and see what happens.
Definitely, but yeah, it's the top 10 regardless, so it's another good points day, and we'll close off the regular season next week at Michigan.
Yeah, seems to be a pretty good track for me, so hopefully we can squeak out one more win before the playoffs start.
Absolutely. Casey Brown, you come in, you beat Samuel Demien, obviously joined late, but at least you beat Sam.
Yeah, that was our game plan going into the night. No, my son had a baseball game, so that definitely takes priority. But I was about 50 laps late, and I just was, trying to stay everybody's way and come home with wherever we finished at. But no, track sucked, setup sucked. We'll go wherever we are next week.
Yeah, we'll go to Michigan, and that should be a fun race. Michigan's always a good one, so hopefully a little bit better for everybody.
I paid Casey to log in and block Shorts for me. That's what it was.
Paid
Yeah,
actor.
Mission successful.
There you go. Got your airtime.
Yep.
Alrighty, fellas. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Hey,
See you later.
Get some rest. Have a long one.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Hello. I completely agree.
Yep.
Here with James Goodwin and Joseph McGill. The objective tonight, when I talked to you pre-race, was to just finish. Car looked very uncomfortable, very loose again this week, and James ended up finishing in the top 5. So another very good night for you.
Hell yeah! Even with my
Yeah,
my teammate
wait.
here.
Let me say
Yeah.
it first, okay?
All right, yeah,
Let me
we'll
get it out
let
of the way.
Joe.
Okay, I
I don't know if
almost
you caught
wrecked
it on the
right,
stream,
but I didn't. But I didn't. I didn't wreck it. That's the main point here. He still got fifth, so really, it didn't even count. He just still got fifth.
Yeah, it sure didn't count.
We can act
so.
like it didn't happen.
Yeah, so no, the car was definitely a handful all night, but the track, I feel like it was cooling down a little bit. Started to feel better near the end, and I learned real fast that just running your line, it was really hard to have someone pass you unless they had way newer tires. So I figured I was like, I'm just gonna pit early and try to keep the track position. And it seemed to work out really well. So I know some guys are going for a 2-pit strategy, which I didn't really understand. There wasn't that much fall off. So I just kind of managed. I held off. I know both Richies for a while, Scarbo for a while. I'm sure they were getting a little annoyed with me, but I just kept running my line and they just couldn't get around me. And then, yeah, with like 5 to go, Joe decided to let me by and slide up into me. And I had a nice second lead on Kyle Ritchie. And that second went to, he was on my bumper really fast. And I had to defend those last 4 laps.
You said, what lap was that? 5 to go?
I think it was either between 4 and 6 to go. We were going into turn 3.
Let's see here. I think I see the lap based on the lap time. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you're behind him. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
For TV.
That was a rough one.
Oh, great.
Oh, my goodness. That's a teammate. Oh, no. Oh, man.
Luckily, I knew crew chief didn't call me clear. So I was like, what? I was in my head, I'm like, what the hell is he doing? He said he's going to let me by. So I almost dove in, but I'm like, I'm not clear, so I'm going to hold it up high, and he still came up into my door, so I'm glad I did not.
Kyle Ritchie, he caught you there. Obviously, it was coming with, 4 to go. And he had like 9 lap fresher tires than you when he finally got there, so that was a heck of a job holding him off.
Yeah, I was commending James. That was nuts to watch.
Yeah, commending me, and that was the only reason I had to deal with it.
The only reason you made it that hard, yeah.
It was fun to watch.
I think he did it on purpose. I think he wanted to make me sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see his end game.
But speaking of you, Joseph, picking up your second top 10 of the season here at
Phoenix. Yeah, pretty proud of that. Really, like I said, the goal was to stay alive, and that's all I did. I expected to run it back, and after I don't know what happened between when I pitted and came out, but I gained a bunch of spots off of the pit, which was weird. I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, stuck to it, and then I figured out the line pretty once after that stage. So I was doing all right.
Absolutely, but appreciate the time as always, fellas, and we'll see you next week for the regular season finale at Michigan.
Thanks again, man.
Thanks.
And here with the TTSL Motorsports guys tonight, represented by the Richies. Kyle Ritchie, you get the bragging rights. 6th place here tonight.
I have an important question.
Okay.
Did we run a Richmond setup tonight?
That was the last time that I was in the B car, so that's what it says for me. So I would say y'all didn't.
That would have been great if it, not excuses, but that would explain why it was so crap to drive.
Yeah, because I remember the last time specifically I ever ran the B car. It was at Richmond. I wrecked 2 people. Someone threatened to attempt wreck me. It was a great time.
Can't do that. You can't pull a Wyatt.
Right. I didn't. They weren't parked car though. I just wrecked them for position.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Guy crowded me off before. I just wrecked him, so it's fine.
That's doable.
Yeah. But 6th place tonight. You were battling a lot of people in the back half of that top 10, and end up 6th here tonight.
Yeah, we were slow. Like horribly slow. I don't want to be that slow again. I don't like it.
Fair enough. Yeah, battling your brother at times, and then Kevin, you come home 8th.
Yeah, Kevin had a good race. He's not talking, but he had a good
My
race.
My strategy didn't work. We tried the Randy strategy and it didn't work.
Well, you gotta try something different. Why the heck not, right?
Well, if you couldn't pass, I had to find a way to pass. It didn't work.
Whoops.
Interesting. Some shenanigans going on here.
Normal PCSL shenanigans.
Yeah, I could tell. Well, that was
Why'd you
Phoenix.
move me in
Everyone
with
was
them?
wrecking, and at the end of 150 laps, you both get top 10s. So there you go.
Yeah, we're going to, I don't even know where. Michigan.
next week.
That'll be so much more fun, totally.
I'll run that one.
I might take another break.
Oh, jeez.
At least we got Chicago after that. Oh, man.
I got my June.
I'm running that one. Wait, what's Chicago?
He doesn't get to race. He didn't show up tonight. He doesn't get to race anymore.
Stop it.
Well, we'll let you figure that out as a team in your debrief, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. Some of y'all at Michigan.
We don't do that. Kyle just yells at us.
No, it's
Bye-bye.
Yep. All right. All right, Art, your final thoughts on tonight's race at Phoenix?
It was good. I'm a fan of green flag racing. Just wished, like these guys do so much to put on a good league. Joseph Murata, Anthony Giuliano, and I know Randy has stepped up to be like the admin most of the time. I just wish they really got the support from the drivers like they deserve.
Absolutely. 17 here tonight. Casey Brown joined late, and Demian only did 5 laps. But yeah, my pick to win gets it done over yours.
Hey, picking the top 2 ain't bad.
No, it's not. Give 50 chance. In a league of their own tonight, 12 seconds over third. Good battles to the rest of the field. Green flag pit stop spread them out late. Ended up with 7 on the lead lap due to some mixed up strategies here and there. And then we head to Michigan next week for the regular season finale. We'll set the field of 10 or 12 for the playoffs, and then we'll get rolling. This Friday night, it is Friday Night Rod Car, as always. It will be the Gen 6 is at Talladega as they head into their championship stretch of races as well. So we got some good ones coming up. We'll see you this Friday, 9 o'clock. Y'all be there. Take care. Oh, and Joseph McGill is your biggest mover here tonight. Forgot to mention that. All right, y'all take care.